very privileged for this year to be here at UPS, and I want to thank UPS for their welcome and letting us take a tour of their facility. It's quite an operation, and some of the things we were just shown on the technology and how a lot of it's geared towards safety and making our highways safety from ODOT's perspective. What we're trying to do with enforcement and education and design, what they're trying to do is let the driver focus on what he needs to do as far as safety and keeping his eye on the road. So that was pretty cool. I want to thank you. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this official 2012 construction kickoff, and thank you, Jeff, for inviting us to UPS, this outstanding facility, and for the tour. It's very impressive, and we've seen a lot of things this morning that perhaps we could use at the Department of Transportation in terms of safety and efficiency, and we're going to be perhaps talking with Jeff some more about how we might learn from them. UPS drivers use ODOT's roadways and interstates daily, so that makes this a perfect location for this 2012 construction kickoff. And in fact, there's a very important interchange right around the corner that is we'd like to see the completion of pretty soon. We all know that transportation projects create on-site jobs and help stimulate the local economy. Sometimes we forget, however, that a well-maintained transportation system has an impact on our statewide economy. Businesses such as UPS keep Ohio moving. With more than $438 billion worth of goods shipped annually by truck, Ohio is the third largest of any state. A reliable transportation system is not only the lifeblood of their business, but also a catalyst for future growth and expansion and job creation. This facility, located just minutes from Interstate 75, sees nearly 80 trucks daily and 16 tractor trailers, loading and unloading hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of packages which are delivered to customers throughout Southwest Ohio. This is why we must continue to invest in our major corridors such as I-75, because it's good for business and good for Southwest Ohio's economy and workforce. It represents an investment in Ohio's future. And a reduction in Ohio's income tax burden also represents an investment in our state's future. That's why our support for Governor John Kasich's important proposed reduction in the income tax burden is critically important. We should all support the governor's plan to reduce income taxes using new revenues collected from oil and gas companies who stand to make billions on the shale boom in eastern Ohio. Ohio's oil and gas taxes are completely outdated and strongly favor big oil companies. Currently, Ohio collects 0.2% for a barrel of oil. That's 20 cents on a $107 barrel. Once Ohio's oil and gas taxes are modernized, our rates will still be lower than most other states. We believe Ohioans deserve lower taxes, and that oil companies need to pay their fair share for the use of our natural resources. Our governor is a man of uncommon political courage, and I applaud him for his efforts. Ohio's oil tax system is not our only out-of-date system. The way we fund transportation is in serious danger of running out of gas. Ohio has a $1.6 billion highway budget shortfall, a budget gap that could easily delay large-scale projects, economically vital projects, and the cause of that is simple: less gas tax, which is our primary funding source, higher construction costs, and a federal stalemate over a long-term national transportation funding plan. However, what we want you to know is in Ohio, we're not waiting for Washington to solve our problems. We're not slowing down, we're not giving up. Matter of fact, we're forging ahead. We're working to reduce our operating costs and become more efficient and more effective and achieve savings. We're also looking at developing new and innovative ways to deliver much needed projects. We recently formed and created our Division of Innovative Delivery, which will focus on new ways to generate additional transportation funding. We're looking at converting our non-interstate rest areas into service plazas to offset maintenance costs and generate new revenue. We're also exploring the opportunity to seek sponsorship and naming rights for certain infrastructure projects. By doing all these things, by our in-house agency improvements, commercializing non-interstate rest areas, looking at sponsorships and naming rights, we believe that we can save up to $100 to $200 million each year and each year thereafter. Finally, there's the Ohio Turnpike. We're currently working with an advisory team, KPMG, to provide us with a thorough, independent, third-party analysis of Turnpike operations and maintenance. We're hopeful this in-depth analysis will provide us with information and recommendations about how the state could fully leverage this valuable state-owned asset. Our options include: we could leave the Turnpike as it is. We could roll the operations of the Turnpike under ODOT and sell bonds against future toll revenue. Or we could seek a concessionaire for a full lease of the Turnpike. We're considering all those options along with a combination of any of them. Certainly, there are options that exist that would maintain the Turnpike's role as an integral part of our excellent transportation system, but also provide additional dollars to improve Ohio's status as a national leader in logistics. We can't make an informed decision without a thorough analysis and clear understanding of the facts. In spite of our funding shortfall, we're confident that these new programs will help fill our budget gap and ensure we maximize the return on each dollar spent on our transportation system. Like I mentioned, we're not slowing down. We have an obligation to take care of the system we have. Through the years and through the decades, the people of Ohio have invested billions and billions of dollars in our system. It would be a grave disservice to them for us to allow our system to fall into disrepair. During this year's construction season, ODOT will deliver more than 800 construction projects worth more than $1.7 billion. This includes 120 paving projects, 154 bridge projects, and various other widening and reconstruction projects across Ohio. As a part of our 2012 construction program, right here in West Carrollton, we will complete construction on the $26 million multi-year I-75 and Central Avenue South Dixie Drive interchange reconstruction project. This project will finally give motorists all four movements at the interchange, allowing the direct interstate access and removing the need to take side streets or make U-turns. This direct access to I-75 means companies such as UPS will save both time and money. Ultimately, the project will improve safety, reduce congestion, enhance capacity, and create business development opportunities on a corridor which already carries more than 92,000 vehicles per day, with nearly 12,000 of those being commercial trucks. Another 91,000 vehicles use the nearby I-75 State Route 725 interchange each day. So it is clear that the need is great in this area for direct access to the highway. Ohio trucking companies, manufacturers, retailers, and consumers demand a consistently maintained world-class highway system, and we will deliver on this demand. We will deliver for the motoring public who uses Ohio's roads to get back and forth, from the families that love them and the jobs that pay them, and for businesses who every day keep Ohio's economy moving. Finally, we'll also make good on our promise to efficiently deliver transportation projects that further strengthen Ohio's freight and logistics industry, as well as position Ohio as a global logistics distribution leader. Now, I'll turn it over to Jeff Soule.
Good morning. My name is Jeff Soule. I'm the operations manager for Southwest Ohio, which includes Dayton, Westchester, West Carrollton, Sharonville, Hamilton, and Cincinnati. And I've been at UPS and I'm part of UPS for 34 years. I'd like to welcome Director Ray and his staff, invited guests, media to our facility. I would like to thank Director Ray and the department for enabling UPS to be involved with this event. Just a few stats about the building and facility you're in. The West Carrollton facility has 97 drivers. That includes part-time air drivers. about 16 tractor-trailer drivers that go in and out each day. We deliver 25,000 packages per day, 6,000 pickup and delivery stops per day, and drive over 8,700 miles per day just out of this building. UPS as a whole in the state of Ohio has 223 facilities and over 13,000 employees that work for UPS. As a major user of our nation's transportation network, UPS knows firsthand the challenges in facing our transportation infrastructure. UPS believes that an efficient transportation infrastructure is critical to the U.S.'s ability to remain competitive in a global economy. An efficient transportation network reduces congestion, saves time, saves fuel and energy, and helps with our environment. An efficient transportation network also reduces costs for both businesses and our consumers. It enables Ohio and U.S. businesses to be more competitive in a challenging global market. Just 5 minutes per day in a delay of one of our service providers, and that's across the United States, could mean an excess cost to us of over $100 million per year. This is why the new exchange will save the West Carrollton building a total of 7 miles to and from per driver, estimated 60 gallons of fuel per day, and save at least 5 to 9 minutes per driver who takes this route. This will enable our drivers to start delivering much earlier to the businesses in the AM, the morning time, and will cut out our surface traffic presence on the ground. I would like to conclude by thanking Director Way and his staff and invited guests and the media for taking time out of their busy schedules to visit our facility here in West Carrollton, UPS. Next, I would like to introduce Bill Covell, West Carrollton Economic Development. Thank you.
It was just 2 years ago there was a meeting like this held at Sinclair Community College, and that's when ODOT officially announced that our project had been funded. Now, we don't like to rush into things in West Carrollton. I-75 going north was completed in the late 1950s. They decided to continue going north in the early 1960s. Now, it's only 2012, so we didn't want to be too pushy right here. It's a great day for West Carrollton. A little bit more history. During that time, all we ever said we needed was a new interchange and our businesses would be okay. In that time, we lost Fraser Paper, we lost Moto Man, we lost Woody's, we lost Robards, we lost General Motors, we lost, it goes on and on and on. And now as we're getting done, we lose Appleton Papers. All of those companies were dependent on trucks. Inconvenience for passenger vehicles, just a real hindrance for the trucking industry. This last year we faced the possibility that UPS might leave because of the difficulty with access. They have signed a new contract, and so we appreciate that very much, Mr. Director. Thanks for staying. It was probably all those flat tires out. Other things have happened this year that's going to make it good. Holes Creek, which most of you probably don't know about, it's down by the old Frickers. That project was quicker. It was only 35 years. And every time the creek rises, all those businesses get flooded. We were always concerned that they would leave. Dave Hobson, Mike Turner, Senator Voinovich helped us all in all these projects. This project was partially funded by those hated earmarks. That's the only thing that kept it alive through the congressional process. The big thing we have coming up is the Miami Bend Entertainment District. It is a plan by the city and a lot of other people to build a $100 million project on the river. That would include a 120,000 square foot event center, hotels, waterfront restaurants. Some of them hopefully start next year. That will be a boom to us. We can't compete with Austin Road. We have too much retail around us. We can become a destination point. I mentioned Appleton Paper, and we're very sorry that 300 people are losing their jobs. But this interchange provides direct access to 91 acres of frontage on I-75 that we hope to partner with Appleton to redevelop for a combination of office, light manufacturing, and manufacturing uses. With that, I want to thank everyone for being here and thank ODOT, UPS, Randy Chevali, who's been on this project since he was playing Little League, I think. And with that, thank you.